Now to WA's Goldfields at a new effort to stamp out child abuse. After years of false starts, police believe they've finally found a way to not only identify offenders, but to teach children and the wider community how to protect themselves. Claire Nichols has the story.
I've lived here all my life. All our family has. My grandmother was born here. It's not much, but it's a lot to us.
Welcome to Laverton, a tiny town on the edge of the desert and a home to less than 800 people. Here, the general store has been closed for months, but at the pub, the beer is flowing, and local woman REGINA Sullivan says the mix of alcohol and isolation is leaving Laverton's children at risk.
This is the only pub till wherever, I think Ayers Rock or something. So a lot of people come here for a lot of drinking, and when they get drunk they sometimes forget about their kids.
TRISH WARETINI runs a crisis intervention centre just metres down the road. She provides a safe place for women and children who've often been subjected to horrific violence.
Some of them very traumatised. Kids especially I worry about because they obviously seen some nasty things happen to mum and they're a bit upset, but most of them are all right. When I first came here it was very busy, and one night I had 15 ladies and 8 kids. And they were everywhere.
Laverton is just one Goldfields town being targeted by police as part of Operation Deegan. It's an operation to stamp out child abuse, but police working this round spend more time armed with table tennis bats than tasers as they battle to win the trust of the local community.
When we're up here every Wednesday and Thursday night, we just open up the centre and provide some food and some sporting equipment activities for the kids, and we just let the local kids know it's open each night for a couple of hours.
The operation is led by Detective Sergeant Graham Barry. He and his team of officers from police and the Department of Child Protection have made monthly visits to the Goldfields for the last year and a half.
We come up on a Monday morning, and then we spend the week, and we don't leave the district till late Friday evening, and we spend the 5 days focusing through from sort of Menzies, Leonora, Laverton, Cosmo, Newbury, Mulga, Queen and Mount Margaret.
A lot of time in the car.
Yes, we average around 1,500 kilometres a week. Are we winning?
Operation Deegan aims to establish relationships between police and the community and prevent, rather than respond to, child abuse. It's a far cry from how police used to run operations like these.
There you go. We go into the communities and we do our job and we'd arrest offenders, but we found that a lot of the members of the community who were being charged were people who were strong in the communities, and of course we would back out and those people would be removed, and it would make it difficult for the community to function.
You know, you see a lot of issues that come up and you wish you could do more, and you know, people do their best, but because of other reasons, competing work priorities, resourcing, time and the like, you can't always, you know, go as far as you'd like to. Welcome everyone to our monthly Leonora car meeting.
Now, rather than police simply policing, they're trying a more collaborative approach. At meetings like these, representatives from a range of departments, including health, education and child protection, share information about different children in the community and make sure they're getting the help they need.
Each person from whichever department sits down and is basically asked, are there any children that you're concerned about or have been brought to your attention? So I guess either through education, through schools, obviously seeing them every day, all day. And then someone else at the table might also say, so actually yes, that child presented at the hospital. So obviously sharing that information is really important.
In order to gain that information, the team has spent months getting to know the children in the community, ditching their uniforms and brushing up on their cooking, all in order to get the children talking.
Sometimes the blue uniform is a great presence thing, but sometimes it can work against you. So we're just sort of cognizant of that sort of thing and what we can do just to make it easier for the kids and look at us as human beings, not police officers or members of DCP.
You build up that, I guess, that platform of safety. So if something is worrying them, and it could be anything, it could be just that they're being bullied at school or something like that, you build that platform of safety and trust. And then, you know, they say, oh, you know, I want to tell you something or things like that. So it comes to that. But that's, you know, that takes a long time to do that.
In a year and a half, officers from Operation Deagon have charged 14 people with child-related offences. Another 68 children have been referred to other agencies, including education and health. And police say it's that ability to help other children who haven't necessarily been subject to criminal activity that sets this operation apart.
There's been some great rapport building, lots of fun and games and lots of talks. I've seen children have quiet conversations with them, but I've seen them have lots of fun and they do look forward to their visits.
MARITA Henry runs the tiny Mount Margaret Community School, 20 kilometres southwest of Laverton. She says the relationship between the Deagon team and the children took months to build, but is now yielding huge rewards.
I've been in communities for about 14 years now, and I've seen situations where the police drive in and the children run and hide. So that was many years ago. Fortunately, that's quite a big change.
We are young and Aboriginal.
But this is the second last time these officers will visit the school. After a year and a half, Operation Deagon is winding down.
And because of your efforts and how good we've all worked together, we've been to some places and some people have donated some sports equipment to you. We now move into a maintenance stage and we'll be withdrawing after the next month. This is the second last deployment, but what we've done is we've built capacity within the community and we're also handing over to the local police and Department of Child Protection, who will continue this on infinitely. It's going to be a high rotation game, trust me.
The team from Operation Deagon leaves the Goldfields believing it's in a better condition than when they arrived. One of their most important achievements has been teaching local children how to identify dangerous behaviour and where to go to seek help. They've also helped to establish new leadership groups that are prepared to speak out against abuse.
What we believe we've done, we've given children, firstly, the skills to take ownership and empower themselves about their own body and their own environment. Secondly, we've given the community ownership and responsibility, training and awareness around child protection issues. And thirdly, we've got some really good lines of communication and cooperation between the key agencies out here.
It'll now be up to local officers to maintain that communication here, while the bigger team shifts its focus to the Kimberley and new communities in need.
Yeah!
Regina Sullivan has seen the changes Operation Deagon has brought to her town.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I mean, a lot of the kids got to know the workers and trust them.
And with a lifetime left to live in Laverton, she hopes the worst for her community is now over.
Doing all right so far, and I just have to keep on working to make it better.